buddy Kev. I think you know me, for the most part, and you know that I try to be a nice guy. I try to be a nice guy. Sometimes, however, sometimes I'm a jerk. Sometimes I'm a jerk when I'm just in a bad mood, unrelated about anything to anybody, and I'm just a jerk to people around me. That's not often, I hope. Sometimes I'm a jerk when I see somebody being an asshole, and I have to be a jerk to them, A, to show them that anybody can be an asshole, but also B, to show them how much better I am at it than them, and really C, to make them feel bad. But sometimes I'm a jerk just because I'm oblivious. And this is a story about the time that I was a jerk to Jonathan Frakes. And if you don't know who Jonathan Frakes is, step up on your Star Trek. Star Trek The Next Generation, Jonathan Frakes, Commander Will Riker. Just a dashing young man, very exciting. Second in command of the Starship Enterprise. Awesome. And this is at San Diego Comic-Con in 2007, and I'm there with my great buddy Rick. Anybody who knows Rick knows how much he loves movies, just like us, but Rick will also find moments in movies that are really, really well done. And it's fun to hear Rick excited about anything, to be honest. When he's got something, a story he wants to tell that he's really revved up on, it's just great to watch him tell the story. Even apart from the story, it's great to see him excited. And there's a part in the movie Star Trek Generations where things are crazy. The Klingons are over there, stuff is happening over here. We can't get the phasers going. We can't shoot the bad guys. But they figure something out, and it goes from Worf. Camera goes from Worf to Riker, and Riker says,
"Fire."
And he says it in the way that he's really saying, "Fuck you." It's amazing. It's a great, great bit of film. So we're in San Diego Comic-Con. We're walking down the aisles in the dealer room. And anybody who knows the dealer room at San Diego Comic-Con, nuts. Just people everywhere. First of all, a heck of a lot of fans. Second of all, there's actors just with booths getting autographs, taking pictures with people. There are artists selling their wares. But it's just so many people. It's pretty overwhelming. And I'm walking through the aisle, and Rick's ahead of me. And I look to the aisle, and I see this booth. I look at the sign, and the sign says that Jonathan Frakes is going to be there tomorrow. And I say to Rick, I say, "Hey, Frakes is going to be here tomorrow." And then I look down a little bit more, and it said that he was going to be there today. And then I looked a little further, and it said he was going to be there right now. So I looked to the spot where people are sitting, and there he is. And what's fun is, Frakes watched me go through this discovery. He watched me go from tomorrow to today to the time to see him, to the point where when I looked down at him and made eye contact, he went, "In the flesh." That was a fun moment in itself. Nobody was a jerk to anybody up to this point. So I say, Rick, Frakes is here now. And there's nobody around him for whatever reason. We don't know why, because he's very famous and he's a bit of a badass and he should have fans around him at all times. But there weren't. So Rick saw his opportunity to tell him about this moment in Star Trek Generations, the movie. And he comes up and he says, "Oh man, well, the Enterprise, and it came to you," and he said, "Fire." And Frakes, what a sweetheart, because he's done this 1,000 times. Fans will come up and over the years, and they will say their favorite parts. 87 generation, Star Trek: The Next Generation came out in 87. He's been doing this for years. It had been 20 years by that point. And he's just like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." And this is the part where it's just like he's a really nice guy, because he says, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, best episode we ever did." He's going along with Rick, but it wasn't an episode. It was the movie. But it just goes to show how really nice and how much fun he was to have fun with a guest. Anyway, so Rick is, telling him this story, and when a security guards come up and they say, "There is a line." Now, we were alone. This is the part where I'm a jerk. Obliviously. We're alone. There's nobody there. So he says, "There is a line." And I say, "For Frakes?" Wow, it's cringy because the way I say it or said it, was like, why would anybody be here for Jonathan Frakes? He's from Star Trek. And of course that's not what it was. The reason I said it was, there's nobody here. What? There's a line for Frakes? I don't see anybody. And I just think of him hearing me say that. I hear to watch the guard say, there's a line. He says, for Frakes? And I just, if you ever see this, Mr. Jonathan Frakes, of course you deserve a line. There was a line for the security guy was not doing his job. Whoever was in charge of that line was not doing their job, because there were people just hanging out there by the merch, just waiting for the go-ahead to come up through the line. And they weren't coming up through the line. It's not my fault. Jonathan Frakes should not have to wait for people to come to him. He should be constantly surrounded by fans because he's awesome. Mr. Frakes, I apologize. That's not what I meant. You deserve a line. Thank you.
Mr. Bad Guy, yes, I'm everybody's